I'm at St Ninians Upper School today. With me is Charles, who we were talking to on the prom on a rather wet day.
Wet day, yes.
But nice to be in here, and also with the head boy, Peter. We must, of course, talk about what you're holding in your hand, which is a bit of history. If anyone remembers last year's
I know,
events.
it was quite something. Well, last summer, I was across in England with family, and they had an artefact, and they said, do you know anything about this? So I logged onto the internet and researched a bit about it, and used the Commonwealth's War Graves Commission, found out where he was, what he did during the First World War, and sent it back to them. And a couple of weeks later they said, well, we've bought a poppy in his honour. I thought, oh, how fantastic, we could do this for school. So the sixth form raised money, each tutor group raised money, and we managed to buy 2 of these ceramic poppies from the Tower of London, one for upper school and one for lower school. And each sixth form tutor group has one of the 63 old boys of St Ninians, but then again it was Douglas High School for boys, who went and served their country during the First World War.
And right behind you, of course, the Archibald Docks plaque.
Yes, with not just the First World War, but also the Second World War as well.
Charles, you've been here today doing a talk?
I have, yes. I'm coming for 3 mornings and doing various stages of the school, just to talk about the Royal British Legion, its work, the poppy, and what literally putting a pound in a poppy box does.
What do you think to what they've been doing here?
I think this is fantastic. Here's another example. You know, the tutor groups and adopting a soldier has just been mentioned, and here's an example of one such. This is Remembrance in action. This is what it's all about.
Any idea how much you've raised and how much awareness, of course, you've given people, I suppose, is the big thing about this, isn't it?
Well, yes, but we've also sort of set up a Facebook page, and hopefully in the future a website which will have information of all of the 63 for not just pupils learning about the First World War, but also for past pupils and part of our alumni and part of the St Ninians community who can log on and find out a little bit more about those who gave their lives.
And as we're hearing from Charles, each one, you're going to take on responsibility, different groups for everyone that's on that plaque then?
Each tutor group will have another one over the 4 years. So we started it last year, which commemorated the start of the First World War, and it'll finish in 2018 with the centenary of the conclusion of the First World War as well.
It's pretty awesome, isn't it, that history there?
They are quite remarkable. I went to see the whole exhibition at the Tower of London. It was awe-inspiring. There's no doubt about it.
So, with people having a chance to see this here, they'll be able to relate to events much easier.
Pupils are walking through and using this hall every day, and they look up and they can't really see it quite clearly because of the artistic sort of decoration to it. But now they're able to put a name to what's on the board. You know, they had pupils, the 63, walking through this hall, walking through these corridors, and students now who are walking through these corridors can actually gain a greater appreciation of the sacrifices that they made.
And you laid down a challenge with a wreath.
I did indeed. I brought in an empty wreath yesterday and laid down a challenge to the school to say, please fill that with poppies if you can, and we'll lay it on the War Memorial today. Well, it's outside and it's full of poppies, and I'm so grateful to the school. Again, this is Remembrance in action, and this is what it's all about.